What's up, everybody? This video is going to be talking about the latest update. A little update on my end on where I've been is I don't know, I kind of fell into a lull with Fortnite for a couple weeks as, you know, I rotate games here and again. But it angers me because I was kind of looking to break 100 and, you know, I'm still at 95, almost 96, but a lot of my friends have really zoomed up. It's a lot easier to level now than it used to be anyways. It's easier to get survivor XP, so on and so forth. You can get a lot more raindrops now, which is great. So people are zooming on up, and I haven't taken advantage of that as much as I'd like to. And I've also been playing Sea of Thieves. It's a new game that came out, which my friends have me hooked on. So I've been working on getting my pirate legend on that game. Anyway, so I figured it's been a while since I made a video, and I'm sure there's going to be a big update on Fortnite that I have no idea about. So I downloaded it. It was like 10 gigabytes. And, wow, guys, between this patch and the last patch, some really, really freaking cool stuff has happened. First off, my one rant video on the last patch notes where they broke Decoy, well, they fixed it again, which was really cool. It's really cool to see that the devs are really on top of that shit, you know what I mean? Like, I was kind of, you know, ranting on about, wow, they broke Decoy, I don't know when they're going to fix it, who knows, and really did not think that they would be so quick as far as the next patch to have it fixed. So if you had seen my offensive constructor class video, look to make it, then realize that it wasn't going to work. Well, it works now again, so hopefully it'll remain this way. So now Decoy will last the full amount of time. It will not be destroyed early. And I gotta tell you guys, it's good to be back on this thing. This class I really only use for encampment missions. Like, I feel like now I have a class for like every type of mission, but my standard is still the soldier. So, and we'll talk about the new guns and the new soldier, the Raven, and all that stuff. Really cool stuff happening. I love it. First off, you'll notice that one of the changes that they made is mobs can now drop materials, which is just really cool. I think that's just a really cool effect. You know, I remember talking about a lot of these ideas really early on, and now I'm seeing them all like happen, and it's just really cool to see them like giving players what they want, which is to like own stuff. We want to like own stuff. We don't want to be like annoyed by different types of husks and different things, and like it be too challenging. Like, you know, when you put in the work, you should be rewarded with being able to like kill hordes of zombies rather easy. So I'm kind of gonna go down through some of these patch notes here while I have some gameplay going in the background. I'll do one of those things, and I wanted to point out some of the really, really cool things that stand out. First off, guys, the hover bot turret, the turret ability that I have on my hero, it freaking melts shit, guys. Oh my god, it's so awesome. I can already predict that people are on the forums complaining, oh, it's OP now, you need to tune it down. But I really hope that they don't, because it's just a really cool ability. These abilities should be able to massacre things. It was almost useless before. It was just an added, like, little thing for some extra damage. Now it actually, like, really, really freaking good. It's so good. I love it. I mean, you'll see in this video, I think I put one up actually right here. Let's see if I do. Yep, I just put it up right there real quick. But look at this thing. I'm not shooting anything, really. You can't look how fast it's just melting stuff. I know this is kind of a weird... You'll see it later in the video, though. I think there's some other people doing it. But they increased... charge time reduced from 240 to 150 seconds. So eventually down the skill tree, guys, you'll be able to have two of these at once. I just used one, so I have another one active, and by the time I use that one, the other one will be available again. So it's just really, really good. They updated a bunch. Let's see, increased the rate of fire from 1.33 shots per second to 6 shots per second. It's literally a turret now. It's an actual like turret. Base damage reduced from 20 to 15. Well, that doesn't really matter to me because it still melts. So yeah, anyways, bunch of good stuff there. They messed around a little bit with teleporter, which nobody ever used. And I tried to use it. I really tried all of the abilities, honestly, and tried to make good use of the teleporter. I tried this thing where, you know, I could bounce back and forth between 2 points during encampment missions or Atlas missions. And the problem was when an enemy would step through it, which was inevitable, it would use up one of the charges, so it became ineffective. Not only that, but it got destroyed really easily, which it doesn't look like they addressed how it was easily destroyed. Like if a mob went up to it when you were by it and sort of hit at you and then you know, hit the teleporter, it would just destroy itself. And so that, I don't know, I haven't really messed around with it too much, but I'm looking forward to try it out. I probably won't use teleporter, but I think that it's cool that they increase the range now, so check that out if you haven't already. To be able to bounce back and forth between 2 points on maybe like a Category 3 storm where you have atlases spread around could be really useful. Or if you have one out in the open and be able to like dodge blasters that way by ducking through a teleporter and have the one end on the other side. Maybe I'll make a cool video showing some of the uses for that. Let's see. Let's see what else we got here. The new heroes are really cool. I have a clip where I'll put in after this, and we'll go over those guys. It just feels like they're really making headway with the patch notes for Save the World, and I'm really happy about that, because I think it was a concern to a lot of the players, you know, with Battle Royale coming out, like, oh, are we going to be ignored now? Well, no, it's actually quite the opposite. Like I said in one of my other videos, it's almost like Battle Royale saved the game for the PvE players, really, because they're getting so much money and so much, well, yeah, just money to be able to actually dedicate like a whole team to save the world, and then, you know, have even more people for Battle Royale. But now, like, just within the past couple of months, we've seen more like bigger updates for Save the World and more helpful updates for Save the World than I've personally seen throughout the entirety of the game's existence, just within the past couple months. And it's just really cool to see this coming out, and I'm having a lot of fun with it, and I'm almost ashamed that I even took this small break for a couple weeks that I did. But I'm gonna be back in action as soon as I get a new controller. I went to go pick up my Xbox controller. My Xbox is like covered in dust, and because it's been like 2 or 3 weeks since I've been on it, to be honest with you, because I play Sea of Thieves on PC. But my left bumper on, like, I have 3 Xbox One controllers. The bumpers don't work. 2 of them, the bumpers like popped out, and the other bumper doesn't work. So I'm gonna have to get a new controller. It's really tedious. I'm like holding the one in, and you really do need it for this game with the abilities and stuff like that. Anyways, continuing on. I think that's really it for the big things to talk about as far as you know, in missions and stuff go. As you know, more about the teleporter is that you can shoot through it. You can like shoot bullets, and they'll pop out the other side. And likewise, you know, enemy projectiles can be shot through the teleporter as well. So maybe blasters. I don't know if that counts as a projectile or not. I haven't checked it out yet, but I'm sure somebody has. But you can like throw grenades through the teleporters, and, you know, rockets and stuff like that. So I guess you can get really finicky with that. Let's see what else. Oh, from the last patch, I wanted to talk about this. Like, using your guns on buildings and stuff now can destroy them. You know what I mean? You can shoot at a tree, you can shoot at a wall. And here I was thinking, well, like, what's the big deal about that? But I'll tell you what, I did see that's really useful, is a soldier take out the Going Commando ability and completely destroy a building, bottom floor of a building, or like the bottom couple floors of a building. So if you're doing a mission where you need to clear out the bottom floor, or, you know, clear out the basement level, and they have a Going Commando ability, they can just mow all that down. It's so much quicker than going up with your pickaxe and hitting every single wall down. So I think that's a use that I didn't even think of. So that'll be really cool. I think at this point I'm going to cut this clip a little bit short, or just let it play out for the last 60 seconds, and then I'll go into the clip where I go over some heroes, some of the new heroes and stuff like that, and talk about some of the new guns. Like I said, I didn't really get the chance to talk about the guns from the last update. You know, when I tested some of them out and used them, they really didn't seem to like completely sell me on wanting, like, I need that, or I really want that gun. So because of that, I just didn't bother going on about it. And typically speaking, well, I should say generally speaking, people tend to shy away from not just energy guns, right? Because you can get more damage if you use like a fire coal gun, but also, you know, just energy weapons that require energy ammo. You know what I mean? Because that takes coal instead of just like nuts and bolts and wood, which is just regular bullets. So, you know, with coal, you're usually using that to make rocket launchers. Anyway, next clip. Alright, so here we're going to be taking a look at some of these new heroes and stuff like that. So again, I have to wait and see like what I'm doing. I already forgot. Okay, so the Raven. Guys, this looks badass. I saw it in the Battle Royale update, and I was actually hoping like that'd be really cool if they brought like an identical thing in here. But I'm really, really excited to try this. The explosive rounds things that killed 10 enemies and then they explode or whatever, that was on some other heroes in the past. And at first I thought that was really, really good. It turned out to be not that great. Reason being is because it's like a circumstantial perk, right? You don't know what your 10th enemy is going to be. Like, you know, you would really want it to be like your 10th kill in a group of a whole bunch of mods, but it could be like the last one, or it could be, you know, away from everything else. So, you know, it's a big damage ability, you know, but it you know, as far as consistent damage goes, it lacks a little bit. Like, you don't know which one is going to be the 10th one. But aside from that, I am really, really excited. I'm so glad, and I was hoping that they would put more heroes in here that specialize with different things to give people a reason to use them. There was really no reason to use pistols other than like 1 or 2 classes that specialized in it. And now here we have the lefty-righty ability, which seems like it's really gonna melt. I'm so excited to try it out. But again, you know, what angers me sometimes is like, you know, I work and I got like the rabbit Jonesy guy leveled up. Okay, and I said, okay, I'm gonna use shotguns now. So then here I have, you know, worked and upgraded a bunch of shotguns, and now, you know, I can't tell the future, so maybe I should have held on to some more pistols instead of slotting them in my collection book had I known something like this was coming out. And now it's a matter of me, it's just going to be longer grind now. I have to grind back hero XP to be able to get enough to, you know, level this guy up to 4 or 5 stars, you know, the ones that I want to try out and so on. So where am I here? Let's see. So the constructors aren't that great. I don't really like these guys that much. They're really trying to implement sometimes this the ability with hardware weapons and blunt melee and stuff like that, but I still have yet to see somebody use a constructor that is actually meleeing. It just doesn't seem to be all that effective. Anyways, looking at the Lotus Edge, I think this is one that specializes in spears, so that would be cool to try out. I like the thing where they can fan a bunch of like throwing stars out, so I'm hoping that that's going to be a cool practice. I think at this point I forgot to take a look at their tactical squad bonuses. Cluster bomb would be great if you have somebody that, if you're playing a class that has grenades. I think this ninja actually gets grenades too, which is totally new. It was before, it's just soldier classes that would get grenades. Man, there's so much information to go over. I'm trying to make these videos a little bit shorter, and even this one's probably going to be pushing 20 minutes. Anyways, despite me trying to zip through all this stuff. Yeah, so these Outlanders now I'm starting to see, they did a really good job with Outlanders with the whole idea behind you not needing charge fragments. That was a huge letdown. Now a lot of these Outlanders you're seeing, they don't, you know, I think they actually changed it completely where you don't even need, for any of the Outlanders, you don't even need the charge fragments. The charge fragments, you know, just make that ability stronger. So that's a really, really great boost for Outlanders, because before it wasn't really fair for them. You know, everybody else has abilities, and their abilities required them to go around the map and collect these little shards, and then when you're out of them, then you're out. So it's like almost like it forced you to take 5 minutes to go look around for them and collect them, and even when you did, you only had a certain amount that you could hold. So glad they did this. The new weapons, I'm not really sure about. Maybe they have a hidden effect on them. I haven't received any of them. Otherwise, they don't really look all that spectacular just from, you know, looking at them on their base stats. I don't know. I don't know what to say about it. I'm always interested in shotgun, so I might take a look at the shotgun, upgrade it. You know, the Silent Spectre, assault weapon, so it's not gonna. I'm probably not gonna use that. I don't know. I don't know what to say about the weapons. I'm not really sure about them, so I don't want to give any misinformation. But I do want to say that a lot of times, or not a lot of times, maybe half the time or more, when they have event weapons, they have some sort of secret ability on them that you don't know about. For example, with the Chinese New Year event, you know, the passive ability on all of those weapons, and I've mentioned this before, was that all of those Chinese New Year weapons have fire damage on them passively, you know. And same with the vacuum tube event or whatever, that vacuum thing, with all those vacuum weapons. So if you have a vacuum rifle or whatever, they all have nature damage on it. So there's like hidden effects on them. So I'm still waiting for them to, they probably will never do this, but the same way that you can use a certain type of material to upgrade the rarity of your heroes from, you know, green to blue and blue to purple and purple to legendary, to do that with weapon schematics. I'm almost hoping that for the, you know, general public and player base, that would happen for them, because that would be really good for them to be able to have a way to put in the work to upgrade something that they have that's like maybe got really good perks on it that they want to take all the way to legendary when it's, you know, epic or something like that. But at the same time, you look at players like me from really early game, you know, we spent so much money, you know what I mean, an embarrassing amount of money at certain times trying to get the one weapon or trying to get the one hero that we wanted, and then coming to find that, you know, these future updates are coming out that are, there's different ways to get them other than that, and it's kind of like, I wish I would have been compensated for that in some way, you know what I mean? I mean, I guess it was, you know, my own fault for not being patient, but at the same time, it's like, you know, they come out with too much stuff to be able to get these things in a way that's so accessible that, you know, even the players who have spent money, you know, that all becomes wasted unless they compensate for that in some way. I don't know. But anyways, I am really, really looking forward to trying out, actually having a use for some pistols. I'm going to have to look through my schematics again and maybe try some out. And I really want to try out that Mythic Raven. And I hope to make a video soon for you guys. Probably won't be as frequent because I am close to Legend on Sea of Thieves, so I kind of want to get there with my buddies. But then I'll be back at the Fortnite grind again. And I'll be coming out with some more content. So hope this gave you guys some insight, and we'll talk to you later.